guess I've been involved in a few things that some people may know me from, and that is different conferences. So I run the CPAC conference, which we've had the last couple of years. The first one was pretty interesting, and
break that down because there's a lot of people who will never even have heard of the acronym and have no idea about the history of it or anything. So tell me about CPAC.
So the CPAC stands for the Conservative Political Action Conference. It's a Australian version of the US conference. CPAC is usually run out of DC, very nice, and attracts about 20,000 people. It's typically a Republican style.
It's a pretty big deal in the US. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and I didn't realize the first time I went to CPAC in the States, I'd already struck a deal with them to, for them to lend me their brand to do something similar in Australia. But I'd actually never been to a CPAC in person, and I arrived, and within about 45 minutes, I was stuck on stage half an hour before Trump was about to speak. Right? And I go, holy crap! Right? So 20,000 bloody CPACers there going absolutely nuts, wondering who the hell this crazy Aussie is on stage. Thankfully, I was only there for maybe 10 minutes or so, but it's a crazy place, and it's fantastic. And I mean, I'm probably more of a libertarian. I am more of a libertarian, but I do like the American-style conservatism in the sense that, it's kind of like the Reagan style. There are things that I quibble about with some of their crazy, some of their views. But in the main, I do like that kind of Reagan-style conservatism, and I think history judges that era, reasonably well. A Reagan, Thatcher kind of era conservatives. For me, there's still massive over government in that era and whatnot, but I can't like it. I like. Sorry.
Not as bad as what we have now.
Well, and looking better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Aging very well.
Yes, very nice. Yes, just like this bourbon. So I looked at that, and what I did love about it, though, is that it's a massive conference and it had widespread engagement, and I love the fact that people can gather, get excited, they can talk, and they argue a lot. They can have a few drinks, as we did, after
the Libertarian Society conference.
Yes. And so I wanted to bring a version of that to Australia. And the first one went very well. We managed to get Nigel Farage to fly over just before the Brexit vote. You had
some really high-profile guests. I remember. I wasn't able to make it, but I remember being jealous that I was missing out on it.
Yeah, we sold out, and if I knew better, I would have doubled the size of the venue. But Farage, we had Mark Meadows, who was a very famous Republican congressman. He ran the Freedom Caucus, a very pro-free market section of the Republican Party. And he later became President Trump's chief of staff. So Mark Meadows was very good. And then we had lots of others. As people as diverse as Mark Latham, Tony Abbott, Craig Kelly was there. There's a whole bunch of different people right across what you call the conservative libertarian spectrum. And that's what I wanted. It was funny, Topher. I remember on stage at the Saturday night dinner, we had Mark Meadows, Nigel Farage, and Mark Latham, and the MC trying to control those rabble-rousers was Peter Creggan, right? So it was a pretty good stage. And I thought, what?
She's tough enough. She's got what it takes to control them. Did she manage it?
Yeah. She's the iron fist, I tell you. So it was good. If you like that sort of thing, it was brilliant, right? If it just like entertainment value, it was brilliant. Farage, Latham, and Meadows, and they're all in their own right brilliant speakers. And I thought, well, how's the Liberal Party taking this? And I thought, well, how's Tony Abbott going? I thought, well, he'll be my test. And he was, funnily enough, just sitting behind me. So I turned around to ask him how he was going. And he was sitting back, balancing on his chair, on an angle with his feet up on Mark Meadows' chair, pissing himself laughing, right? And I thought, well, this is going pretty well. And this is what I love about conferences. If you get the right vibe, you get people across a big umbrella or a big spectrum across the kind of dipping from the dipping into 2 or 3 different quadrants if you think about the political spectrum. And I love the fact that as long as people are funny and engaging and there's no heat or aggression in their points, I love the fact that people can discuss different ideas and still enjoy each other's company.